Привет, товарищам, you should know the intro right by now. And today I'm in a place called Aviapark. Now this place claims to be the biggest shopping centre here in Russia. I'm really interested to check this place out, see what's inside, and also just to see what's changed in the last 2 years since we've had some sanctions here. Which Western brands are still here, which brands have now exited, so let's go and paydiam for Messia. So right at the moment I'm just stood outside the entrance to this shopping centre here, and I'm interested to see just what's inside. We've got this huge big car park underneath, and there's in the shopping centre which kind of stands just above it on these stilts that are built. Let's go and take a bit of a look, shall we? And then one other thing you may have noticed about me today is that this is my first video without my shades, so I'm a little bit nervous. Don't go too hard on me. So right here we have a load of scooters, and then we have a place where you can lock up your bikes here at the bottom. Quite useful. Now scooters here are really popular in Russia, and you can rent out these things and they go pretty quick from what I can see. I see some people just literally bombing down the pavements here in Moscow, and yeah, not for me though. You wouldn't catch me doing it, but it looks kind of fun. So right at the moment it is a Sunday evening, and I'm just taking a bit of a wander here in the car park because I'm keen to see just how busy this place is. The time at the moment is about 8 o'clock in the evening, and as you can see here, the car park looks reasonably full-ish, but it doesn't look like it's totally full, so if people wanted to get a space here at this time on a weekend, it would be possible. So let's just have a little look around here now. Yeah, still spaces here. And it looks like there's some advertising here on the sideboard here, just right in front of us. Now that there in Cyrillic writing says Leonardo Hobby Hypermarket, which is some kind of hobby supermarket or something. I guess that's some kind of supermarket of sorts inside the shopping centre. It says it's on the 3rd floor, so we'll check it out. So it looks like there's a few entrances to this place, and we've just been trying to figure out whether this place here, whether it's just like a basic car parking entrance or if it's the main entrance in and of itself. So it looks like it's actually a parking entrance, but once you get inside the shopping centre, we're going to take a look around and see what entrances we can see, as well as all the shops, of course. So here now, just heading up the escalators into the, I guess this is going to be the 2nd floor, I guess. There's actually 2 floors of car parking levels here. So as you just see over here now. This is on the 2nd level of car parking here. So where do the shops actually start here? I'm just looking around here now. I think it's probably on the other side, or maybe 1 floor up. Now this is something really interesting. We have here flowers that you can buy as a vending machine. Now a little story for you all. So flowers are really popular here in Russia, and women love to have flowers presented to them. Maybe so many years ago they even liked to take pictures of their flowers and show off to all their friends, and maybe their ex-boyfriends as well. See who had the biggest bouquet of flowers, but yeah, only in Russia. Pretty cool, eh? And then on the other side here we have the lifts and elevators going up to all the floors. So what is it we have here? Let's take a look, shall we? So we have 4 floors in all, so we've got a mixture of 2 parking levels here that I think we can see, and then as you go up there's 1, 2, 3, 4 floors of shops. Let's check it out. Okay, so just having figured it out, it looks like then we are on the 3rd floor or something, and this is where all the shops start. So let's have a look what we have just as we start here then. So just notice this shop here called Sunlight. Interesting. It looks like some kind of jewellery store or something. Let's go and take a little look, shall we, and just see what's here. Just Cavalli. Okay. We have rings, we have bracelets. Jewellery for the girlfriend maybe, or something. Quality's interesting. Here we have some watches which look like Rolex watches, but I think they're called something a bit different. Simach or something. And this place in front of me really did catch my eye a little bit, because we have a Telt shop here, and when I saw Telt I thought to myself, well okay, that's the famous what is it, kitchen pan that you see a lot of people have, which is a non-stick pan. But what I didn't quite realise was that there's quite a few other different products in here as well. For example, I'm seeing on the side here there are vacuum cleaners. I'm seeing there are coffee machines inside here as well. Tell I lie, that coffee machine looks like it's just for the customers in there, in and of itself. Interesting though. This store here is called Küchenland Home. Now what I find interesting about this is this actually looks like a German type of writing or something, with that umlaut over the U. So yeah, not quite sure. This looks some kind of department store or something. We have some clothes in here and some home type products as well. Furniture, things of that nature. And this here is called a HOF. This says Hypermarket Mebeli I Towarów dla Doma, which means something along the lines of a hypermarket of furniture and trade goods or goods for the home. And it's over a few floors, I think. The name HOF is interesting. Why did I think of David Hasselhoff when I saw that for the first time? I wonder what he thinks of this company using his name. We have some kind of kitchen store then here as well called Williams and Oliver. Pravilny Veshi dla Kuchni. So this is a kitchen store of sorts that we're seeing here. A bit similar, I suppose, to the Tefal store, but it's more homely based. Okay. And then on the other side here we have, it's interesting on the side, it says here Tabak Puki. Now it's interesting, I say, because they're using English letters but they're saying something in Russian pretty much, which means along the lines of tobacco presents, something like this. And what I think it is some kind of tobacco paraphernalia store. So I'm thinking cigarette holders, pipes, cigarette case holders, maybe Zippo lighters, that kind of thing. Let's have a quick look, shall we? So yeah, it is absolutely as I thought. We even have Swiss Army knives as well. How random is that? And classical Russian matryoshki, Russian dolls. And all the Zippo lighters and cases and whatever over here. Cigars. Pretty cool. So this is somewhere I wanted to draw everyone's attention to, because this place here is called Karaka Home. Now, my understanding is this is some kind of Turkish brand of sorts, but what it used to be here was H&M Home. So H&M is obviously one of those companies, Western companies, that was in Russia from before and now has exited. So Karaka Home, but it looks pretty much similar-ish products inside. We can see home type products, plates, tables, things of that nature. Even on the side here we have some wine glasses as well. So now I'm just wandering down this corridor, this basically this row of shops that we see here now. I'm trying to work out the shape of this building at the moment. I still haven't quite fully got my head around it. So there is a central foyer place that we first walked into, and there's a number of different floors with a number of different escalators as well, going to different places. So I'm trying to figure out whether this is like some kind of ring in the first part here, or if this is something a bit different. Let's have a look. We have what looks like a department store here called B3. Interested to know what that is. Looks like a clothes shop of sorts. Mid-range perhaps. There's an underwear shop here on the side as well. And then we have various sunglasses and hair accessories shop here. And then a different brand just beyond, Love Republic, some kind of women's clothes shop. Looks slightly higher quality than the previous shop we just saw. Present and simple, this place says. Mezator. So we see on the side here some other types of female clothes shop. On the side here we have, that says Iro, I-R-O. Then on the side here we see Tara Jarman, Paris. Is that some kind of women's famous brand clothing shop? I don't know. It looks open though. On the side here we have somewhere that says Jeans Club. And then here we have Hugo Boss, the famous German brand. So let's see what this says then here, shall we? So this here actually has a sign. I want to try and translate it for you if I can, if my Russian's good enough. So it says here, Уважаемые клиенты, магазин временно закрыт по техническим причинам. So it says here, dear clients, shop is closed for technical reasons. Приносим свои извинения за доставление неудобства. Sorry for any inconvenience, something of that nature. Okay, cool. So Hugo Boss is no longer working then in this shopping centre, and I guess it's left at the moment due to whatever sanctions or whatever their own reasons are. So what I find fascinating about this is that Hugo Boss is on both sides of the shopping centre. So literally on the right hand side where we just were, and on the left hand side as well. So Hugo Boss looks like it's the first Western brand here that has a shop still, but it's not actually operational. Here right in front of us we have a stock brand called Stockmann. Now, as I've lived in Russia a few months now, I've seen a few of these Stockmann shops going around, and from what I can tell, that is like an independent department store, maybe something like a John Lewis in the UK, or a big department store similar like in the US, where there's no one brand inside per se, but there is a mixture of brands. So interestingly, even though we could see that the Hugo Boss shops themselves were shut, I can just see on the corner here now there is a Hugo Boss section, and I'm looking just to see if there's any other major brands I can see inside of here. So I guess this company just imports various clothes and products and sells them independently inside. Again, there's Hugo Boss. I'm homing in on that because I wear a lot of Hugo Boss stuff myself. Probably my favourite brand, being a tall guy, and I find there's lots of stuff in my size as well. So some first initial observations about this shopping centre then. Well, it is long, really long. We've just walked around from the first central courtyard place and into the second courtyard place here, where we can see some escalators just around me. And yeah, it's long, but it's nice, it's clean, it's decent, it's fairly modern-ish. I'm just going to pan you a view here of the opposite end of the corridor of shops. Check out these lights here as well, quite funky. Open plan ceiling as well. Inside here we have Max & Co. We have, what else is here as well? Oh, we have some watches here. Casio watches. We have suit supply. So some kind of smart casual clothing shop for men by the looks of things. This side we have Riani. Idol. And then we have a shop on the side here which says no one. I find it's really odd in the sense that there's quite a few places in Russia which have branding with British names and English speaking names as well. The next place here, this is somewhere that I just want to point out as well, because we have a shop called Marg. Now what is Marg? Well, quite simply, Marg is Zara. Or should I say, it's the shop that replaced Zara. The clothes, I guess, are of a similar quality-ish inside, but not the same for obvious reasons, as Zara looks like they have left Russia. So I'm going to take a little bit of a look inside, if I can, see what's in here. We have a shop on the side here called 12 Stories. So what's that all to do with? There's definitely not 12 floors here, so it's not story in that sense. So it must be story in the storytelling sense, I can only imagine. What type of shop is this then? So we have, I would say, fairly upper level quality of clothing here, smart casual type clothing. On the side here we have Polkia. And even Swarovski. So Swarovski here are still in Russia. It's a very specific type of jewellery. Famous brand, of course. These guys are still here. And this shop on the side is called Polkia. We have socks. It's a sock shop. There are some t-shirts in there as well then. Wow, now I know where to go if I need some socks. Once more, this looks like it's the other side here of, oh no it's not, it's called Sokolov. So this is also a jewellery type shop here. Just have a little look, shall we? Okay, I'm starting to get my head around a little bit of this shopping centre now, exactly what it is, how it's orientated and what it looks like. So the best way I can describe it is on every floor, it's made up of like lots of little islands, is the best way I can say it. And in the middle of these islands, you have escalators going up to the various different floors as well. So this is kind of like the second part, or the second island behind the first place where we saw. So it's kind of like two ring islands, or two ring roads almost, inside on every floor. So there's still so much more here to explore. This place here says UDC Cafe. So I don't know what UDC stands for, but it's some kind of cafe. Cafes are really popular here in Russia. And I think in a lot of places in Eastern Europe as well. So you can buy coffee here, Americanos, cheesecakes, various different other little cakes as well. Anything to your taste, really. This place looks cool. What do we have around here as well? We have this woman here who's dancing quite funnily with some stuff. She's trying to attract some customers or something, or is she just having fun? I don't quite know. We have some kind of wrapping station here as well, some kind of presents place. We have balloons. There is what looks like a furniture shop here as well called Robinson. Okay, so we have suitcases and things like that for sale here. So we're at the far end now of the first shopping centre level. This is still Robinson here on the left. That's quite a big shop. And we have a hair salon here, Parasonna, it says. And then on the side we have a street food place as well. What kind of street food do they have here? What sort of nationality is this? So, different types of lemonades, iced teas, hot dogs, pizzas. Okay, fair enough. Then we have Fin Flair. What is Fin Flair? This is some kind of smart casual shop. Looks a bit like Burton's, what we used to see back in the day in England. And we have New Yorker as well on our side. The department store of sorts here, selling aftershaves, beauty products and things of that nature. This here says Letal, I think it says. Funky writing, Letal, yeah. All these beauty products certainly wasted on me, that's for sure. So now this is one of the other, no, in fact no, that's the same hall that we came down before. So I'm going to try and just find someone else here then. So this row here now, we've not yet explored. Hang on a sec. I've just seen what I think is a Samsung logo. Is that a Samsung shop here, still in Russia? Let's have a look, shall we? And this is the Samsung logo, and this Samsung shop looks very much operational. And there are TVs in here, and there are staff in here as well. So it looks like Samsung are still here then in Russia. Now it's interesting because we're talking about Western brands and things of that nature, but when we talk about Samsung, I suppose really we're still talking about a Western company, because even though Samsung is, I believe, South Korean, you could say South Korea are very much in the Western zone of influence, or sphere of influence. And then we have a random bakery here on the side, which is just making me hungry by looking at it. Look at all these cakes we see here, and things of that nature. Wow, all tasty stuff. So this is more sweet products here, and then on the side, just to the left, we have some more savoury products. So cheeses, things of that nature. Now this here, I'm absolutely crazy for. So we have here blue cheese, blue cheese. Привет, здравствуйте. Blue cheese is my weakness. So we have a florist here. So we have this here is a real florist rather than a machine where you can buy flowers from, as we saw earlier in this video. And then this here is a cantata. This is some kind of other interesting shop. Not quite sure what they have here. Milkshakes, things like that. Chocolates as well. And more cheeses on the side here. And this is not quite a Russian name. We have Harry Cooper. An optician's thing. And on the side here we see Ashan. It says Ashan here. And this is a supermarket by those things. It looks huge. It's just massive. On a single floor here, I think. So just filming on the side here, one of the sets of shops that we have. This is some kind of beauty products shop here. Yeah, hair dryers, things of that nature. Wasted on me with my receding hairline, that's for sure. And this shop here on the side, I want just to show you guys, this is probably my favourite food shop here in Russia. So this here, it says in Syriac, it says Vkusville, which kind of means, I don't know, tasty town, something like that. And I would say it's really, really good quality food. Food is always fresh. And for those of you that know England very well, I would say it's on a par with something like Waitrose. They don't have any huge shops or anything, but they do online deliveries where you can buy absolutely everything and anything that you need. The quality is always tip-top. Let's take a bit of a wander, shall we? See what they have. All good stuff. We have a wine shop here as well called Jevan. And a dry cleaning shop as well. At the end there is a tobacconist. Tabaki alcohol, so tobacco and alcohol. This Bosco shop here is fairly famous within Russia. I've seen a few of these shops around and the quality is more upmarket type clothes, things of that nature. There is also a cafe in Red Square called Bosco Cafe that's really good, opposite Lenin's Mausoleum, which I highly recommend. And then check this out guys, this is the, I think, the tallest aquarium in Europe. And if you look here closely, there's actually a diver inside who's feeding the fish at this moment. Pretty spectacular, eh? Let's just get a bit of an up-close and personal look at this aquarium. Isn't that stunning? And then on the side here, we see Tommy Hilfiger. So Tommy Hilfiger, he's still here in Russia. By the looks of things, and with a 50% sale as well. Just heading up this escalator now to the second floor. Right now we're just heading up to the fourth floor here because I'm just meeting a girlfriend up here now in that cafe here. Let's just take another look here on the side. Amazing, eh? This place is huge. So guys, what we see here is Rustics. Now what is Rustics? Well, if you look a little bit closer, you might just get a bit of a clue. So Rustics is basically the new Russian variant of KFC. It looks absolutely identical, but obviously I guess the KFC brand has left Russia. And then just to the side here, we have the replacement for what was McDonald's. And it's called Vkusnaya Tochka. Now what is Vkusnaya Tochka? It means something like tasty and precise, I think, something like that. Now, me and the missus were actually there earlier today for a spot of lunch, and I can tell you that the menu has different names, but it's fundamentally the same food. So we have here a Vietnamese restaurant, Pho Bo. Here we have some kind of Lebanese grill place, Livan House, okay. We have something called, it says here, Chow Pizza. So a Italian themed pizza takeaway place. We have here Franklin's Burger, this place says, okay. So a burger takeaway place of sorts. Maybe similar to Five Guys, something similar to this. And we have Burger King. So Burger King is still operational here in Russia. And okay, the letters and the wording at the top here is written in Cyrillic in Russian, but the Burger King logo is unmissable, basically. So these guys are still here in Russia. We have a dim sum place here, a Chinese dim sum takeaway place. So guys, I wanted to talk about perhaps my favourite fast food place here in Russia, which is what you see just behind me now, which is called Terimok. Now what is Terimok? Well, Terimok serves a variety of fast foods, but I would say it specialises in pancakes. So you can have pancakes with cottage cheese and melted cherries, things of that nature. Highly recommended, really tasty. So guys, I just want to get a bit of a shot of this place here. So Cinnabon. Cinnabon is relatively famous, I think. I've seen some of those in Western countries as well. So these guys here are still very much in operation. The name is definitely familiar. Can't quite pinpoint it, but I'm pretty sure that they are in Western areas as well. We have some sweet shops here on the side. There's ice cream as well. Oh, it looks good. I just want to try and get a shot here from the gantry just over the top of the shopping centre. So we're right at the very top here on the 4th floor. We have skipped a couple of floors, so I will go back down to those very, very shortly. But let's just take a look over either side of the gantries that we see. And then obviously the other side here as well. See the aquarium here at the top. Just zoom in again. And of course we'll see the view of all the other shops down below. So you can basically see it from the top here. It's easy to explain the layout of the shopping centre because you have basically a curved type hall, is probably the best way of describing it, which goes along either side. So it's kind of like bow shaped. So now we're just going to head down to the 3rd floor and see exactly what's here. See what's around, see what shops we have. This is a clothes shop right here, and this is called Street Beat. So it's not a Western brand shop, but it has some Western brands in like Nike trainers, from what I can just see here on the side. Okay. And opposite here as well, we have Trend Island. What is Trend Island? I've no idea. So Trend Island is some kind of grungy department store-ish or something. Maybe a bit like some parts of it. Yeah, I was going to say Superdry originally, but I don't think it's quite that sort of vibe. Okay. Let's go back. Now, this is something that I want to go and have a look at later on. So we have down at the bottom here now, a bit hard to see, but we have this place here called Restore. Now, Restore is a used Apple vendor shop, I believe. It's not Apple directly, but you can buy Apple products in there. I don't think there are any Apple shops direct, but you can see the layout from here looks a bit similar. We'll try and see it later if we can get close up. So here we are on the 3rd floor now, and again, it looks like we have a collection of various different clothes shops here. lingerie shops even. And what do we have here? Sharil, another women's clothes shop. Markelas, okay. So we are kind of the other side of the gantry here, and yeah, just trying to look at some of the shops that we have here, and there is Lacoste even. So Lacoste are here in Russia, and then over here as well is Pierre Cardin, which is fairly well known here in the West as well, which is just here. So these guys are still here in Russia. On the side here we have various different shoe shops here. We have Henderson, which looks like some kind of suit shop for men. Suit shop slash smart casual clothing, I would say. Now guys, this is not a Western brand or something, but it's something quite funny here, which I've noticed in Russia, is that there is a hairdressing chain called Top Gun. And as a Top Gun fan myself, I couldn't resist just adding this into the video itself. Never been to any of these hairdressers. Maybe at some point I should drop in. And this place on the side here says Sirovarnya, which is some kind of cheese restaurant or something, is a literal translation. But on the front here we actually have a load of cakes. Check these out. So I don't know what the cheese reference is. And just as we head into this part of the shopping centre, we have Huawei, Chinese brand. Obviously a lot of Chinese brands here now in Russia. Just one thing I've noticed as well is there's a lot of Chinese tourists coming here in Russia, and even Chinese car brands, which we don't see so much here in the West, but they are quite prominent here in Russia, and I've really learned a load of new brands I didn't even know existed whilst I've been living here now. And I'm really attracted by this futuristic looking shop here, which says here Plain Sport, a plain spelt in a foreign way as well. What kind of shoes these are really here? They look funky. It looks like some kind of gangster rappers trainers or something. I'm not sure if they're really suited for a gymnasium, but hey, they look funky. Then we've got a nice aroma here from this shop here, which is some kind of beauty shop, cosmetic shop or something. It says here Zolotoye Yabloko. So Zolotoye Yabloko means golden apple, something like this. And we have a Swiss watch shop here. What Swiss watches do they have? Let's have a look. So these here look a bit like Rolexes here on the side, but they are not Rolexes. Candino. Again, Rolex looky-likey, so I would say. And then, as promised, if we can, we have this Apple shop here, Restore, which has all the visuals of a Apple shop without being an Apple shop, if that makes sense. So here's a shop which you guys might recognise from the colours. This is the L'Occitan brand. I don't know if I said that right, but that's fundamentally the same type of shop. And then obviously we're going to end up at this place here, which is the formerly Starbucks coffee, which is now just called Stars Coffee. So the unmistakable brand, unmistakable coffee shop, cafe type place. Well guys, that's about it from me this week. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. We are finishing off the video here in Starbucks, or Stars rather, should we say now. So we're just going to grab a coffee before we finish up, and it was really interesting just to see what kind of Western shops and brands still operate here in Moscow and still operate in this very largest shopping centre here in Moscow, which ones have gone, which ones remain. Stay tuned for more videos just like this. Счастливо!